Hello everybody, this is BScat100, also known as just BScat, and welcome back to some more Signs of Destruction. In the previous episode, we had gone through the Tower of Wind, and today we are going to be fighting the boss of this, the Jade Zephyr.
That was no natural wind. Something's coming!
Destruct, at last you have come. I am the Jade Zephyr, the sky and the wind, mistress of the ether.
Where are you?
The world is not ready to meet its end. This glorious freedom, I will not cede it. I will not. Winds, heed me now.
Well, yeah, say hello to the Jade Zephyr. She is obviously a flying enemy, so, naturally, you would want to, level up your aerial attacks. Now, the thing about her is, you see that tornado that is surrounding her? You are going to want to just keep on hitting her until it disappears, because that is going to be your best chance to get A, stronger attacks, B, more accuracy, and C, that's probably the best time you're going to have in order to knock her down. As you can see there, that it's gone, and, you know, accuracy is a whole different thing in itself, but, you can see her now, and you'll be able to get more damage off of her. She is not an easy boss fight. She's probably the easiest one I've battled next to the Golden Earth, but at the same time, she's not hard unless you kind of figure out the pattern in a sense. Topi, Rhea, and I did actually, cutting myself off, I actually did do a test run with this boss fight, like I do with everyone, to make sure which team would work the best. Surprisingly,
Here we go.
off recording, she was harder to beat than what is actually going on here. Now, why that is, I don't know, but, well, that's just the way it is. So, beating her, I told you everything that you needed to know, honestly. This would be my, recommended team. She is going to use the Rolling Zephyr. That's going to probably be your worst thing, so if you can find anything that will counteract the Rolling Zephyr, then use it here, so it'll be counteracting sleep. Surprisingly, Rhea was able to survive this. And a strategy that I would always use in a case like this is, if both of your team members die besides one, and one of them is Kyrie, resurrect Kyrie, because with his newfound power from the Crimson Sun, the Gift of Life will revive everybody, and it will bring them back to full health. So, honestly, if you have Topi and Kyrie in your team, you're pretty much set, because you'll have Revival, and then you'll have Revival in full health. So, if that works out, Topi's power would usually be more fit for early game, and then Kyrie's would be for later game after you resurrect him. But who says that you can't take advantage of both, you know?
All things come to nothing.
I swear to God, Rhea's a tank. But then again, we still have the everything on him. That's kind of just the general strategy that I use when I'm going into a boss fight or something hard like that. I will have Topi in the team, have him activate the increased defense and attack, and then, you know, just kind of just take him down that way, because with increased defense, you know, I don't need to explain that. See here, I'm using Second Wind, and provides Fang to activate the increased attack again. Now, I was deciding here what I wanted to do. Of course, I would use True Faith, but honestly, in a case like this, if you take a look at the health bar, it's pretty low in a sense. You just gotta decide what moves you want to do, which will fit. Like, as you can see there, I'm basically taking her out with Rhea, or sorry, I was going to at least. But ultimately, she's going to be taken down by Kyrie. You have proven your worth, your resolve. If you desire the world's end, so be it. Destruct, I grant you my power. Create with it a world fit for freedom. And that is the Jade Zephyr, not as hard as you thought, huh? Then again, it varies per game, apparently. And that means the final Primal Lord is back in the egg state. All the Primal Lords have turned back into eggs. You have their powers now. I don't feel any different. And then, naturally, the World Annihilation Front is sending a message. More orders? Looks like it. Speak with Lycurtus Rex. What are we supposed to speak to him about? I haven't a clue. Well, not much sense in following orders at this point. What do you think? It's true, but I am a little curious why they bothered to send this. Let's check it out. He may decide to help us. I wouldn't hold my breath, Kyrie. So, we are going back to the Academy at Galawa. We cannot get out of it, unfortunately. Yeah, so if you try to leave, it won't really work. Unfortunately, with that, I won't have any time to heal up, in a sense, so I'm just going to have to deal with what I have. I'm kind of trying to balance levels a little bit more evenly, but honestly, in my separate playthrough, I was able to do this fine. For whatever reason, on this emulated version, recorded, whatever, I heard I think it was Chimney Swift say recently that the game doesn't do what you want it to do when it's recording, but then when you stop, everything works out. Of course, I am not quoting directly, but it's the general idea that counts. So we're back at the Academy at Galawa. We have defeated all the Primal Lords. We've defeated at most all of the Beast Lords. Lycurtus Rex obviously is an exception because he is going to help us, or that's what they think anyway. Anyway, back to Clockwork Manor. Now, Clockwork Manor is going to be different than when we were here last. Of course, we still have the enemies to take care of, that's a given.
Time to make your peace.
But the thing is, with this part of the Clockwork Manor, we're going to have to set the hand itself. Now, I hope you guys were paying attention when he set the clock the first time. I personally didn't, but I know what time it has to be with. Now, it's not going to be that simple. Once we're done with this battle and we go into the one group, you will understand why. Actually, I don't remember this. The reason I don't remember this, as you know, my mic has broken. Now, how am I recording this right now? I'm using Audacity, and I'm using my computer mic instead of a plug-in mic directly to my computer. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. part. Kyrie's, I think this is the first time we saw Kyrie's, Kyrie's ultimate attack is loud. The ending explosion, I will admit, is very loud, so, whenever you see him doing that, shut down the volume or whatever, one of the switches that you see there is going to reset the entire thing. One of them is going to move the hand forward 3 hours, and one of them is going to move it back to, the white one is obviously the reset button to the 6 o'clock formation in order for us to get in and out. The reason I skipped that green lever box is because of the fact that the lever is missing. And that is kind of the puzzle in all of this, is that we have to find the right hour, quote unquote, to find where the lever for the green thing is, for the green one is, and then we will be able to continue on. Now, if I were you, if you were playing this game, I would take this time to level up, because we're okay. Let's just face it, we're nearing the end of the game here. Now I'm going to drag it on as long as possible, not because I want to bore you guys. Of course, why would I ever want to bore you? But the fact that
time to make your peace. Here I come.
That there were certain side quests that we are going to do after this that will wield better weapons for them for the final area of the game. Now, these side quests you can do after we complete the Clockwork Manor all the way into the final boss, which, if you haven't played this game at all, which I know at least some of you have not, will surprise you about what the final boss is, but more about that later. The final boss is not going to be who you expect. The reason I'm saying that is because I personally was fooled by that matter the first time I played this, and I want you guys just to keep in the back of your heads that whatever you think the final boss is, it's not. Okay? Okay, good.
Whatever it takes to change the
I also forgot to mention, while I was rambling on here, I wasn't paying attention. It's battles and whatnot that's going on right now. Naja is obviously underleveled. However, the moveset that he comes in with, the roaring or something like that, some sort of move will increase his attack. Now, actually, it will increase all of our attacks. So Topi has the power. So let me bring it back full circle. Topi has the power to revive. So does Kyrie. So that's the thing that they have in common. Naja has the power to boost everybody's attack. So does Topi. So that's two. Everybody has their own little thing. Morte has the ability to increase agility, I think, and increase her attack only. Now, that's a little bit selfish, but at the same time, I kind of understand where the programmers are coming from, figuring as early in the game, and I don't think they can change it later on anyway, early in the game, you know, we see Morte as a very selfish character. She's out to destroy the world. She, you know, she's that type of character. So naturally, all of her moves would only pertain to herself. Now, all of this is coming off the top of my head. I haven't really, you know, pondered. Oh, jeez. 450. I'm sorry, my mom. I just looked up, and my mom was peering in my door. I'm also able to record only one video right now because I'm going to a party with Crystal Master 4, actually, and Stormbringer Wolf and whatnot, and Stormbringer Wolf is driving me over to the movies where we're gonna go at 4:50, and right now it's 4:30. So, if you want to put 2 and 2 together, I only have about 20 minutes in order to do this, which is not a problem because the episode is ending in a few minutes. I'll tell you that right now, but I don't think I really need to tell you that because on YouTube, and I'm watching my door right now to make sure nobody else peers in.
I'll keep the people I love safe.
I'm sorry, I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, I don't think I would have to tell you when the episode ends, because, you know, YouTube has that little thing at the bottom. You know, it's a bar where you can click it or drag it depending on what you're on, and move it to different times in the video. Oh my gosh, that is so that is amazing. And okay, here's the other thing. It tells you how much time the video is. Oh my! That is unbelievable. Who would have thought that? Okay, I feel like an idiot right now. However, you get my point. Now, I am sorry I haven't been recording lately. I could have at any point in time, figuring as my laptop is right here, but the fact of the matter is, if I don't record within a certain span of time, I start to get very, very lazy.
Not bad, huh?
When I start to get lazy, obviously I don't want to record. And then when I don't want to record, I'm turning into a math teacher, God help me. There's no videos that come up. So, with that in mind, I apologize to you, my loyal fans, which I believe the fan base is growing at this point, which I'm happy about, which I really am. I think I would have to say, I would have to thank a couple of people, Crystal Master 4, Stormbringer Wolf, those are my friends, and Omegle, actually. Omegle has been a huge part in meeting a lot of people that watch my stuff in the first place. Anyway, we're going to be reaching the end of said video. In the next episode, I'm going to do the puzzle and find the green lever, and then we are finally going to talk to Character Rex about building a new world. Now, but until then, I don't know when that's going to be, but so it's going to be Worldlands with you for a little bit. This has been BCL, and I will see you guys next time on another episode of San